Right, so today's video is going to be about everything that you need to do to your lawn if you want to cut it nice and short this summer, because believe it or not, there are slight differences in how we manage a short lawn compared to how we manage like a regular homeowner garden lawn. But before we get into any of that, if you want to follow along with any basic lawn care videos, then head over to my channel if you haven't already. I've got loads of things on there about how to level a lawn, how to seed one from scratch, and how to get something that looks a little bit like this by just doing some very basic steps. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, then subscribe. Now let's just start by saying that this lawn in front of me now is what I'd almost call a lazy man's lawn. Getting a lawn like this takes little to no expertise. All you got to do is give it a feed on a regular basis and cut it on a regular basis. However, if you're going for a golf green, a bowling green finish, or just want to reduce the height ever so slightly, what is it that you've got to do? The key is, the lower you go, the more you'd have to do, the more of absolutely everything. So the first thing you do have to consider is the 1/3 rule. Now, the 1/3 rule, for those who are unfamiliar, is just where you only take off the top third of the grass plant. And it basically just means don't take too much of the grass blades off, because if you do, you're going to cause your lawn to be quite stressed. If you think about a lawn that's cut at 20mm, which is similar to the lawn I just showed you down at the bottom, then you can allow that to grow to 30mm. And when you cut a third off, you're taking off 10mm and you're still left with 20. So that way, that lawn's okay. With a lawn like this, where cut down to, let's say, 10mm, then you can only let it grow to 15 before you need to cut it back down. So it's half the amount of growing time compared to that one. If you go even further, we're talking 5mm, and at that point you get into bowling green and putting green surfaces, then you're taking off 2.5mm at a time. So that means that you do need to be getting out and cutting on a regular basis. And the most important thing to probably consider is what type of lawnmower you use. So most people go out and cut the lawn with a rotary, but that's only ideal if you cut them down to, let's say, around about 20mm at the lowest sort of setting, even though some rotaries do go lower than that. Going too low with that type of mower isn't always ideal. You're going to want to use a cylinder mower. Now, there's two different avenues you can go. You can get yourself a petrol or a battery powered one, which are quite expensive, or you can go with a simple push mower. There's a Webb push mower that I sometimes use on this channel and on these lawns, and I'll leave a link somewhere in the description to a review that I did on that mower around about a year or so ago now. With the Webb mower, you can get down to about 13mm on a slower setting, which granted is quite low. However, where I'm stood now, this is cut at 8 currently, and the outlet that I use on this can get it as low as around about 6. Cylinder mowers are able to get much closer to the surface because it gives you a much cleaner cut. It's cutting the lawn like scissors. The cylinder's cutting up against a bottom blade, and that way you're getting a nice clean cut on your lawn and you're not stressing it out too much. Whereas if you tried to go this low with a rotary, you'd probably do quite a bit of damage to the leaf blades. And because you're cutting your lawn really short, then it means that grass blade can only hold on to a small amount of water. Think about us as human beings. Most of what we're made up of is water. The exact same thing goes for a grass blade. Most of its contents is water. So by cutting it short, it has a really small reserve stored in there, which means that if we do go through a dry spell, it is going to rely more on us to give it water more frequently. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to water deeply, but what it might mean is that you might need to get out a little bit more often. A normal lawn can be watered deeply during the summer in a sort of a fairly dry spell, probably once a week, whereas if you are going to cut this low, then maybe twice a week, possibly even 3 times a week. And one way you can help your lawn is by leaving the grass clippings on the space when you give it a cut, because with those pieces of grass containing water and good bacteria and nutrients, by letting them drop down and decompose, it's recycling all those nutrients, all that good bacteria, but also, most importantly, getting that water back into the soil as well to help support the plants. And anytime you water your lawn, or even when it rains, what it will do is it'll wash a lot of the nutrients and the good bacteria out of the soil. So the more you water it, the more you're going to need to feed it too. Now, at the moment, I'm using on all my lawns 2 products. I've got a granular, which is True Grass, which is there to condition the soil, and I've got a liquid called Integral Max, which is really there to darken the shade of green that we've got on the lawn, used as a bit of a colouring, but also to increase the density of the sward. And typically, if you've got a lawn like the one down at the bottom, then that's only going to need to be fed probably once every 6 to 8 weeks with the granular, and maybe once every 4 weeks with the liquids. Whereas something like this is at the moment getting a granular feed every 4 weeks rather than 6 to 8, and a liquid feed every 2. And as you go even lower, you can even reduce that time frame to give it a liquid feed every single week. And at that point, you're kind of treating your lawn less like a lawn and more like a sports facility, because most sports places, whether it be tennis or football or golf, are feeding the lawns continuously. But all that feeding comes at a price, and that price is that you're going to end up with some excess thatch in your lawn, and also as well, the sward's going to become almost too dense at times, and that's where verticutting comes into play. It's often used on things like golf greens, on bowling greens, because they are fed quite a lot, almost in excess of what they should be fed, and that increases the density of the sward, but like I said, increases those thatch levels as well. So getting out and verticutting it every so often is a good way of dethatching part of the lawn, not taking it all out, because the thatch is good. It's organic matter, it's there to sort of be broken down by the soil, to be digested almost, and it recycles again all the water, all the good nutrients, all the good bacteria into the soil. So you don't want to be removing it all, and verticutting won't, because it is such a thin blade and it's only nicking the top surface of the lawn. And a verticutter cartridge is something I've got my eye on at the moment for my Alec Cambridge mower, so fingers crossed I can pick one up in the next few weeks. But also as well, by using the verticutter to thin the lawn, you'll then feed it again to thicken it back up. You'll verticutter to thin it, and you're almost playing with that balance then between the density of the lawn and how dense you really want it to be. And another way to help you control the thatch levels is to top dress regularly too. I'm not putting a lot of top dressing on this year, but the stuff that I am putting down, I'm putting down little and often. So I'm using a drop spreader just to put a 70-30 mix, and it is quite a sandy mix from Agrigem, onto this. And it's for a few reasons. Firstly, the sandy top dressing is going to fall down into the sward, and it's going to sit within that thatch layer, and what it will help to do is to start to break down the thatch. It's going to speed up the sort of time it takes to get the water, the nutrients and the bacteria out of that thatch. What it's also going to do too, and probably the most important thing really, is to firm up the surface. The reason why sports facilities are top dressed so often is because they need to be used for most of the year regardless of the weather. So getting on with the sandy top dressing is going to firm up the soil so that the space can be used without doing too much damage to the plant and its existing roots. And with me getting on this with quite a heavy cylinder mower, coming in at over 40 odd kilograms, then I certainly need a fairly firm surface to work with. So that's effectively all you've got to do if you want to cut your lawn shorter. Like we said at the start, the shorter you go, the more you've got to do. The less self-sufficient this grass becomes, and the more reliant it is on you. So we're talking more cutting, more watering, more feeding, more verticutting, more top dressing, more of everything. However, if that doesn't sound like your cup of tea, do not stress. Because if you want a lazy man's lawn like this, then you can let it grow a little bit longer, and the longer it grows, the less you're going to have to do, because the blade's longer, it's got more nutrients, more good bacteria in the soil, it's got a larger store of water in the blade. As long as you feed it regularly and cut it regularly, you can have something looking as boss as this, with little to no hard work really being done, whilst keeping it looking absolutely boss. So if you have enjoyed today's video, consider giving it a like. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel, because we've got loads of lawn care, lots more coming up over the next few months too, keeping lawn care as simple as we can possibly make it. We're going to try and get this into kind of a bowling green style patch of grass if we can over the next few weeks. If it happens, boss. If it doesn't, we won't stress. We'll do some more learning, we'll come back next year and see what we can do with it, but let's see where we get it this season. The TikTok is Novice Gardener Official. The Instagram is in the description below. It's Novice Gardener YT. And yeah, finally, thanks for watching.